What's up, guys? It's Matt with Galaxy Games 843. We are back with another video. This time we're going on the road to pick up a classic arcade cabinet. Now, I'm sure you saw in the title and in the thumbnail, it's a very iconic Qbert cabinet. But this isn't just any Qbert cabinet. This is a special one, guys. So a buddy of mine, Jeff, who actually used to run Arcade Body Shop here on YouTube, actually did a lot of work on this cabinet already. And we're going to show some of that work later on in this video. But what we're going to be doing is we're going on the road to the suburbs of Charlotte, North Carolina, actually right on the state line. We're going to go check out some things in the area, but ultimately we're going to pick up this Qbert arcade cabinet. Now, it's actually been in limbo since Jeff finished it. Now, the guy that he actually had Jeff do the work for, he's done some stuff to the cabinet. He's put some stuff on it. He's collected some parts. So we're actually going to pick up a whole lot of stuff. And we're just going to have to take it the rest of the way to make this thing all the way done. But while we're there, while we're in Charlotte, North Carolina, or in the suburbs, we're going to go check out some of the things up there and see what's cool in town. But if you like these kind of videos, if you like arcade content, or if you like arcade and vending videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Click that subscribe button. And while you're there, click the bell notification so you get notified when our new videos go live. All right, guys, give us a thumbs up on this video to like it and watch all the way to the end. All right, let's get on the road. Alright guys, here's the reason why you came to watch us pick up the Qbert Arcade cabinet. So as you can see, it's on like a furniture dolly, and I'm having a little struggling time getting it to the back of the vending truck. So I'm just kind of wheeling it over there, and I'm wondering how I'm going to size this up and get this thing in the back of the truck without doing any damage to it. Luckily, the guy who owned the machine was able to provide me a hand and get that up there while Mrs. Galaxy Games filmed for us. So thanks, babe. Alright, so as you can see, I've got it all lined up. Now we're just going to slide it there in the back of the truck. And I've got a piece of wood down. I'm doing everything I can to make sure no damage happens to the cabinet because it's already pretty pristine. And right after we load it up, you're going to see exactly all the work that Jeff did on this cabinet to get it ready to this point. Now, as you can see, there's a control panel on there. There's a monitor in there. There's a bezel in there. There is a marquee on there. There's all kinds of stuff that's already been done to it. But look at how clean that side looks, guys. The sides are immaculate, but you're going to see why. Because remember, Jeff at Arcade Body Shop did a lot of work to this cabinet already. So I'm just kind of getting everything pushed into place, making sure everything's lined up. And like I said, I'm trying to minimize any future damage that might happen during the loading process or on the whole 2.5 hour drive from here back to Charleston, South Carolina, where I'm taking it back to do the finish work on it. But guys, check out, look at that bottom. The bottom was all that wood was replaced. Really, really cool. It looks great. All right, while we're driving it home, let's take a look at Jeff's work. So here's some of Jeff's work coming up here. So as you can see, when the cabinet started off, it had a bad lean to it. It had some water damage. One of the cleats on the bottom was missing, and that allowed it to sit and wick up some moisture. So there you go. You can see that bubbling. You can see the original side art on it. It's got some scuffs. It's got some scrapes. That side wasn't too bad. The other side is actually missing a piece. But you can see there's some dings on the edges. A little bit of water damage there in the back. This side's not too bad. Just some kind of ruffled edges there. And there's the other side of the side where you can see the artwork is kind of cut away right there. So Jeff's going to do all kinds of work to this cabinet. He's going to start off by removing the water damaged pieces. Now, that's exactly what it sounds like. He's going to cut the wood away and replace the wood with brand new wood, and then he's going to put everything back together, whereas when it's all said and done, you're not going to be able to tell that it's been replaced because Jeff is that good. So let's see what he does. He's got a piece of carpet to lay the machine down on. There he goes. He's going to cut off that first piece. Now that's the worst side. That's the side it was leaning down on. As you can see, he's just taking a circular saw, cutting the side right off, and he'll be replacing that with some brand new MDF wood, which is what this cabinet was originally. There he's taking a piece off the front because he has to replace it. You can see how it's swollen there, especially on the left side. It's got some swelling going on. So he's going to cut that piece off, and then he's going to do one more piece in the back as well. Here we go. Here's the piece on the back. He's cutting that off because, again, that touched the water as well and wicked that moisture up there. So he's got to get rid of it. The far side, the one side that hasn't been cut, seems to be okay. So no replacement wood needed for that fourth side. All right, here we go. Now he's already cut his biscuit holes. He's got his pocket holes cut with the Craig jig. He's adding some wood glue. He's going to add some biscuits in there, and he's going to secure it all up and get it all attached together. Now this is a really cool way to do it because ultimately you don't need a clamp to stay on there after those Craig jig screws are in there because it basically acts as the clamp. Now he does of course put a clamp on there to get it all lined up and get those Craig jig screws started. But look at the craftsmanship he has. I mean, that piece looks like it was meant to be there the whole time, right? Look at that. It's perfect. Jeff definitely does some amazing work. Jeff, if you're watching, buddy, thank you so much for everything you've done for the arcade community. We really do miss your videos, though. So if you ever feel like gracing us with your arcade presence again, we'd love to see some more videos. I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say that. All right, he's putting the screws in, and that's going to, like I said, act as a full-blown clamp, and then he'll move on to the next side. So there we go. He's working in the back now, just kind of using some finesse to get that all lined up. He's already got the glue and biscuits in, using the persuader, we'll call it, the rubber mallet to get that piece where it needs to be. And I think he actually gets a whole nother piece of wood to kind of persuade it a little more hard because he's having some trouble there. Let's see if he does that. Yeah, you can tell he wants to use a little more force, but he doesn't want to damage the wood. So he got another piece of scrap wood there. He's kind of persuading it a little bit more. Nice work, Jeff. All right, here's the big side. This is the side that everyone's going to see. This is the side that's going to get the yellow paint. And he's got everything all lined up. And he's securing it all into place. There you go. Look at that. Like I said, his work, it looks like it was supposed to be there. It looks like that's original. Now I know, of course, you can see the difference in colors right now. But when it's all said and done, it's going to look like it was never there. All right, so next thing he's going to do is he's going to sand the seams. That way there's a little bit of work or a little bit of room for that Bondo to grab onto. And that way you can feather it in and sand it smooth and kind of make that whole seam just disappear. So that's what he's doing there. Just kind of using a palm sander. Actually, that's a random orbit sander he's using there to, like I said, to smooth those seams out. And then he's just going to apply the Bondo. So look at that. He's just applying the Bondo. He's going straight against the seam, and then he'll do one final pass to smooth it real nice out. He's going to fill in the other gaps on that side too. There we go. So we're definitely going to focus on some more videos in the future where we do this kind of work here on the channel. I do this kind of work all the time, but I've never really filmed it before. Originally, when Arcade Body Shop retired, I was actually going to take over the channel, but it just didn't work out, which is too bad because, you know, Arcade Body Shop is a great channel. There's a lot of great stuff in there, even though, you know, these videos are probably 4 years old now, maybe 4 or 5 years old. Probably 4 years old. It's still a lot of great info. So if you haven't done so yet, check out Arcade Body Shop. Jeff teaches you a lot of technique to restoring arcade cabinets and making them look brand new again. Look at that. That steam, he's just making that steam disappear with the Bondo. And then, of course, once that dries, he'll sand it smooth. And then he'll paint over it with primer, and then finally with the yellow paint. All right, here he goes. He's sanding it smooth. And as you can see, he's just, again, using that random orbital sander and making that seam just disappear. So I know you can visually see it, but when he's all done, if you run your fingers across it, you really won't be able to feel the seam. All right, now that that's all done, it's time for some paint and some primer and prep work like that. You can see he's painting the front with the black paint, and if I recall correctly, he uses the satin black paint. I think Rust-Oleum. Yeah, he uses the Rust-Oleum satin black paint. So there he goes. He's just kind of touching everything up, making those seams disappear. Look at that. It's looking brand new on the front of that cabinet. Now I realize there's still some spots left there. There he goes. He's getting this all touched up. But look how awesome that looks, guys. My goodness, he does some amazing work. All right, same thing for the back. He's going to just use that satin black finish to tie it all together and just make that whole brand new piece of wood look like it's been there from the beginning. It looks factory fresh, guys. Look how cool that looks. Awesome work. There we go, getting that black, satin black all the way covered up on the back there. Like I said, it looks brand new. I am so impressed with the work that Jeff does. It's awesome. You know, he's taught me a lot that I know too about arcade repair and arcade restore. So a lot of the things that you'll see that I do in my future videos, I actually learned from Jeff. So shout out to Jeff, man, you rock. All right, what's next? Time for primer. So what he's doing now is he's actually putting his first coat of primer on the side of the arcade cabinet. And what this does is it's actually, once it dries, it shows the rest of the imperfections that you might not have seen as you were doing your Bondo and your finish work. So this kind of first coat really determines how much more work you have to go. As you can see, he's covering up the seam there, and he'll do a little bit more there. There you go, there's the rest of it. After he finishes this coat, we'll get to take a look around the cabinet, and we'll see exactly what kind of blemishes might be left. Jeff will point those out for us. And then what you'll need to do, okay, here we go. Let's take a look around the cabinet. So you can see that front piece looks brand new. You can't see any seams, any work. Here on the side, you can see a few gouges, so look at that. So he couldn't see that before. So what he's going to need to do now is just touch those up with Bondo, sand them smooth, add a little bit more of the primer, and then he can be ready for the paint. So let's see if he does that. Here we go. Yeah, he's doing the Bondo to touch those little gouges up that he didn't see before the primer. Because again, the primer shows everything, guys. It shows everything that you've missed. It shows all your other blemishes. So the first coat of primer really, like I said, determines how much work you have left. So all he's doing is just touching everything up. He'll sand it. He'll probably give it one more coat of primer, and then it's time for paint. So look, here we go. He's doing the yellow paint now. and he's just kind of rolling it on with a 6-inch foam roller, trying to make it as nice and smooth as possible. Look how awesome that looks, guys. It just comes together so nice. I'm going to let him paint the other side, and then by the time he finishes, we should have the game home and unloaded and ready for the next step. Alright guys, here's the game. It's all unloaded. It's back here at the shop, and let's take a look around the game. Let's see, what changes have been made since Jeff finished the work on it, what's been done. So as you can see, there's a marquee that's been added. A monitor has been added. There's a bezel. It's got some flaking, but it's not too bad. It's got a really nice control panel. I mean, I know it's not the right joystick, it's not the right button, but look at the condition of this control panel overlay. I don't know if that's a replacement repro or what, but it is amazing. There's that front artwork. As you can see there, it needs a good wipe down. You can kind of tell where Jeff made that cut, but not really. Looks really good. I can see we're going to need to make the T-molding cut right here because it doesn't have the T-molding groove going down there. Let's take a look at the side. So this side is relatively pretty good, just as Jeff left it. There's some little marks down here at the bottom. I don't know if that's like some sort of wood filler or what. I don't know. So we're going to see if we can't scrub that off. If not, we might have to sand it. You can also kind of see a little bit here where Jeff did the seam. There's I don't know, it might need one more coat of bond. It looks like it's sunk down just a little bit. So we're probably going to have to address a little bit on this side of the cabinet, and we're probably going to have to repaint this side. Let's take a look at the other side. So on this side, there's definitely been some damage. I don't know if it was in transit. It was like this when I picked it up. So you can see there's some scuff marks over here. Definitely a gouge right here. Now, the good news is we've got the artwork. The artwork will cover this, but there's another one over here, a little bit back here, right here. So we're probably gonna have to do a little bit more work to this. There's some gouges here, here, and down at the bottom as well. So with that said, we'll definitely have to address some of that. Some of the other things that came along with it were obviously the boards, a backup control panel. Let's take a look inside the cabinets. There's the monitor. You can see all the work Jeff did right there. There's all those Craig jig pocket holes and all the replacement wood. Looks really good. He does awesome work. But there's all that. Came with this box of parts. Look at that, guys. There's an original Qbert joystick to replace the one in the control panel. There's some original buttons. So all that good stuff there. Like I said, we got some artwork here. I can't tell if it's just side art or if there's another bezel in there. There might be another bezel in there. I don't know. We'll open that up later. We got a power brick here with one of those big blue capacitors, and we got all of our boards. And there's another backup board over there too. He loaded me up with a lot of stuff. So Tim, if you're watching this, thanks for the deal, man. This is awesome. This is gonna be a great project. So obviously in this video we're not gonna put all this together. We're not gonna turn it on. I just wanted to feature this for an upcoming full-length video. I think this is really cool what we were able to accomplish here. We were able to pick up a cabinet that our friend Jeff had originally worked on. It's already been on YouTube, so it's really cool that it's going to be on YouTube again. Yeah, so here it is, guys. Here is the Qbert. It's going to be featured on the Galaxy Games 843 channel now. It was on Arcade Body Shop, and now we're going to feature it on Galaxy Games 843. So, like I said, there's a lot of work that needs to be done still. We need to put everything back together. I don't know if these boards work at all or not. The good news is, if they don't, there is an FPGA board available that we can use. Now, obviously, we can try and get these repaired, but just looking at things, I can see, like, look how crispy that is right there. That resistor is real crispy. These things are known for having lots of cold solder joints. So, you know, we'll plug everything in. I can definitely see some acid damage down there as well. So these boards probably, I'm guessing, aren't going to work. So we might have to look into that FPGA replacement. Of course, you know, we could find somebody to repair these boards, but, you know, how much money do we really want to get into it for when we know we can have a reliable FPGA board? Some people don't like that because it's not original, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's wrap this video up, guys. So this is the Qbert. It is going to be featured on the channel sometime this fall or winter. Not sure exactly when or how or when that'll be. Of course, we're still doing our vending videos, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. There's going to be lots of great stuff coming your way. We got, of course, this Qbert. We've got Tetris back there. Not sure if that's going to release before this or not. But we're working on lots of different stuff. Plus, we're getting new vending locations and, of course, still doing our vending collections. So, guys, again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the bell notification so you're notified when our new videos go live. Also, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, to give us a like for this video, and share our videos with your friends. All right, we're going to wrap it up, guys. This is Matt with Galaxy Games 843. We'll see you next time.